Since white racism has left the mainstream, it has taken a very, very odd turn. And that is a lot of these white nationalist, white separatist, white supremacist groups adopt Nazi insignia. They adopt the swastika. They start praising and admiring Adolf Hitler. There's something really wrong here, because Hitler and his Nazi cronies, the whole bunch of gangsters, never pretended to champion any cause having to do with white people or European people, okay? They were Aryan racists, okay? They believed that Slavic peoples were their inferiors. Slavic peoples are about 50% or more of white people. Slavic peoples are Poles and Czechs and Russians and Ukrainians, and a lot of other people are Slavic peoples. When the Nazis occupied Poland, they committed terrible crimes, not just against Jews, but against ethnic Poles. It was a barbaric thing, and millions of people of Slavic ancestry were murdered or died in those concentration camps. Okay, now some people say that Jews are not white because their distant ancestors came from the Middle East and not from Europe. I think that's rather silly. I think most Jewish people are obviously Caucasian people. But even if you leave them out, the Nazis never stood for the domination of non-whites by whites. They were, in fact, allied with Japan. And Hitler considered the Oriental, as they were called in those days, to be the equal of the Aryan. Okay, the people who were from Japan did not suffer any discrimination in Nazi Germany. They all had these little cards saying honorary Aryan, which said they were to be treated, the same as the so-called Aryans. Now, by contrast, there was a horrible thing to a lot of white people. The Nazis were not about whites versus non-whites. The Nazis were about the domination to the point of extermination of some white people by other white people. So if you identify yourself as white, whether call yourself a white nationalist, a white separatist, or a white supremacist, the swastika is not your symbol, and Adolf Hitler is not your guy. Okay? And I hope you enjoyed hearing that and listening to that, and will subscribe to my channel.